Hi, I'm Tam from howtodrawlight.com and welcome to How to Shade an Eye in 3 Easy Steps. If you've already seen how to draw an eye in 3 easy steps, this video follows a very similar pattern, so you'll already be familiar with the process. If you haven't seen how to draw an eye in 3 easy steps, you can either check that out first or just go ahead with the how to shade an eye in 3 easy steps. I'm using a drawing I did of Mila Jovovich as Lilu from The Fifth Element as the model for this video tutorial. Let's begin step 1. This first part of step 1 is exactly the same as the first part of step 1 in how to draw an eye, and what you need to do is take your reference image, or if you're drawing from life or making it up, then imagine instead, put a vertical line going down the middle of both the eyeballs and try and get that as central as possible so it goes through the pupil area. Do the same again with a horizontal line going through roughly the middle of the eye again, so try and get it so the cross of the two lines meets roughly where the pupil is. By breaking the eye up into 4 sections like this, it makes it a lot easier to shade because you can start with smaller pieces. Ignore everything else that's going on around the eye, just focus on one of the 4 sections that you've created. Ignore the pupil as well and the iris and just focus on that small amount of the eyeball that you can see in that area that you've sectioned off. When you've got such a small area to focus on shading, it's a lot easier to pull out those tiny details that are going to make your drawing look more accurately in the long run. Make sure you regularly check your reference image as well throughout the entire process of shading this very small area, because you want it to be as close to the reference image as possible when you shade it. Once you've shaded one section, you can move on to the next one and try and join them up as best you can. Obviously that's not quite so straightforward when you've got the pupil and the iris sort of in the middle in the way there, but just work your way round. Step 2 follows exactly the same pattern as step 1. This time divide the iris and the pupil off into 4, so try and get the cross of the lines to go through the very middle of the pupil. And again, just focus on one small section at a time, and where you've got such a small section to work from, it'll be quite easy to look at your reference image, which you will have also divided the iris and the pupil off into 4, and look for those tiny little details that make up what that eye is, those funny little shapes and lines and things that you see around the iris area, and where the light is reflecting off the eye, where the darker bits are, and it'll be so much easier for you to implement those into your drawing when you've got just a small area to focus on. Step 3 allows you to focus on the tiny details of the eyelid, on things like the eyelashes and the shadowing around this area. Divide the eye into 3 different sections, starting from the eyelid and working your way upwards. Try and put the 2 dividing lines either side of the iris, as you can see I've done in this image. Then it's exactly the same as before. Take each one of these sections and look at them on your reference image, and slowly but surely work the detail in for this section. And then when you've completed that, move on to the next one. This concludes how to shade an eye in 3 easy steps. I hope you found this video helpful. If you've got any more questions about shading eyes or any art related questions in general, please do get in contact with me. You can either use the contact page on my website www.howtodrawlight.com, or you can contact me through Twitter by searching for @howtodrawlike. You can also visit my website for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe to my free weekly newsletter whilst you're there. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to make sure you stay up to date with all future content that I release. There'll be another video out again shortly. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.